This is Nick Larue from Film Snobbery here at the FirstGlance Film Festival, the 25th annual FirstGlance Film Festival here in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania at the Colonial Theater. The Colonial Theater. And who am I here today with?
Hello, I am Michael Lamarra, and I was the cinematographer and co-writer of Let's Leave the Planet, a romantic sci-fi comedy about a guy who comes home from work one day and tells his girlfriend, hey, I'm actually an alien, and I'm leaving the planet because this place is going to shit. So,
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
I come from another planet.
This isn't funny anymore.
And have you ever noticed that my eyes are always dilated?
Because you're always stoned.
No. I don't feel anything. Let's leave the planet.
So let me ask you real quick, what, you say co-writer, what part of the co were you? Were you more of the idea man? Were you the punch-up? Were you the, was this an idea that germinated, together with the other co-writer?
So, it was a real-life inspiration. I am an alien, and I told my partner, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I were just an anthropologist here to study the humans? And then one day I was like, let's get... And she goes, ha. Huh? Because I could believe you. Like we were both maybe smoking a little bit.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, really, Michael. Like that's a joke, right? And so we started developing the idea. I thought it would be interesting. This is something that I studied anthropology in college as a minor, and it's something I've always loved talking about. Where I had studied bonobos, and I just transferred that into looking at humans in the way that an alien might study, and so that's how the character developed. So I was definitely putting out the ideas, and one day we just started having this dialogue like we were the characters in the film. She just pulled out a laptop, started writing it all down, and that's how the script was born.
That's it. We actually have something in common with that. My father did the same thing to my mom when they were dating. He literally was like, I'm not from this planet. And to this day now we actually believe him. If you saw the head, then that's definitely a gray in there somewhere, half gene type of thing. So when you decided, okay, we're going to go ahead, we're going to make this into a movie, we're going to shoot this, talk about the cinematography, influences that you wanted to go for when you, like, how did you see this in your head and translate that to an actual movie?
Definitely. So we have a great team. It's a film collaborative called Girl Soup, and there's 4 of us. We have an actor, a writer, a director, and then me as mainly a cinematographer. But we like to swap it up a little bit here and there. And so this was in the middle of lockdown. Nobody had done anything creative for a long time, and we're just begging for it. So in New York City, when they started easing up on some of the restrictions, we said, okay, what can we shoot in one location, one night, outside? This film, Let's Leave the Planet. It's all on a roof in the Bronx. And so what we had visioned was that the director and I were talking about, what were our favorite films growing up? What can influence this? And it was 90s stoner comedies. And our actor is the same way. He's like, I love those vibrant colors in the stoner comedies. And so we were really trying to encapsulate all these ideas. We shot it on something that I had available, which was just an A7S that I knew could shoot in the dark. We had some lenses that I have, threw it on, and shot it all on a Movi gimbal because we wanted to light it once, and I could move around on the handheld gimbal, get a shot here, and then just move over here for the reverse shot, things like that. And that was how we just kind of did it all in one night.
And so you did it all in one night, and was there a challenge at all as you're going through the night? Obviously, it's getting darker, the lights or whatever. Obviously, also having, I know you weren't the sound person necessarily, but you also had to deal with the sounds of the city. Mm-hmm. Was there ever a time where you're like, we got to stop for a little bit to accommodate whatever's going on, or, like the light's just not right, we can't get this done properly right this second, we're going to have to figure it out. Yeah. We're going to have to indie the shit out of this.
Yeah. So we planned ahead with the light, at least, because we just waited for the sun to totally set. We were talking about sunrise, sunset kind of ideas, but we're like, no, we'll just leave it as, no sun. So it's all at night. We lit everything. It was easier to use smaller lights that way. We just had one giant bounce and then some overheads that we leaned out over precariously over a ledge, as like a big China, as this like ball of orb of light. And we kind of used those to motivate a lot of like the street light, as if it was a street light. And this way we incorporated the sounds of the Bronx, of New York City, and allowed that to happen because you can't avoid it. You can't avoid, cars honking, things like that. People just yelling from their windows.
Anthony!
Totally. I mean, even one person.
That's more Staten Island, I think we both know.
And, in the middle, we had one lady, like, hanging out in the window watching us, and she just goes, y'all making a movie? Like, we're in the middle of a take,
We were making a movie.
But it was fun. Yeah, there were some challenges editing, for sure, sound-wise, but overall, our sound recordings did a great job.
That's fantastic. And now you do have some connection here to the Philadelphia area as well, and which is probably what brings you to the festival. A lot easier than some other filmmakers. Talk a little bit about, have you been to this theater before?
Yeah, so I grew up about 30 minutes from here in a smaller area right around. And I'll come here for a movie, I always enjoyed Phoenixville. My parents and I would come here for dinner, things like that. And so it was really exciting that I got incorporated into the festival. It's nice to come back and enjoy this place again. And
it's always cheaper to travel when you have family in the area.
exactly.
Well, I want to thank you for coming by the festival. I want to thank you, and I hope you guys have a great experience here and a good screening. And I wish you the best of luck with the future festivals.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.